I'm Annika Fuller. I am currently a junior. I'm studying environmental studies and economics, and I studied abroad in both Tanzania with SIT for wildlife conservation and political ecology, and did the Freeman Asian internship in Thailand. So in Tanzania, my day-to-day experience was never really the same. We did over a month of camping, and on those camping days we were out and about, like actually experiential learning, which was insane and awesome. So every day we'd be learning something new, and then other days we would be in towns or in the city and we'd be learning about nonprofits or just like walking around learning about life in Tanzania. And then there was a 3-week period when we were at our homestays and we were going to a nearby college for language lessons. And so that was kind of the most routine we ever had, was waking up, saying hi to our host moms, eating breakfast, and then meeting each other and walking to school, and where we would sit around, talk, and then the teachers would come, and then we all split up into groups, learn Kiswahili, the language of Tanzania, and then we'd do homework and then head back home, where we'd spend time with our host families. So that was really the only time that we had routine, and that was kind of exciting because here at school you always have routine and you always have, exactly what you're going to do next. But in Tanzania with SIT, I mean, it was insane, honestly, but insane in the best way possible. My best memory from studying abroad was probably whenever we were on safari, and we would go around and we'd camp for nearly a week in these different national parks in Tanzania. And this one time, I was with my group, and there was 4 of us were studying certain type of animals, and we were looking at zebras and we were tracking them. And so we were just like driving around our safari cars, staring at this one zebra, saying exactly what it would do, like if it would walk and eat, or if it would just look around and be vigilant. And then there were these like other safari cars that were coming by us, and they were just like tourists, just driving around and not really understanding the animals or like why they were doing what they were doing, or the history of Tanzania and the history of the national parks. And my group just kind of like, we all looked at each other and we felt so lucky to be able to be in Tanzania and be on a safari anyway, but also to have this educational experience and be more than tourists in this area that's so heavily just about going in and looking at the beautiful animals and leaving, and not understanding or actually really caring about them or the people that are involved. So I think that was probably one of the best experiences I had while studying abroad. Tanzania for my study abroad experience, semester abroad, because it offered me a new perspective in especially wildlife that you can't really get here in America and in many other places around the world. And they really focused on human and wildlife interactions, which I think is extremely important. And it also gave me the chance to go somewhere that I don't know if I would ever be able to in the future if I hadn't had this opportunity to. And I think Africa as a whole, especially in America, we have this generalized idea of what it is, and we group all the countries in Africa together, and it's often sensationalized in classes and school and in the media. So to actually understand one country and the way that people in Tanzania live was important to me as well. Abroad first semester in Tanzania has definitely made me more confident in myself and in my own abilities, because I went to this whole new place, meeting people I'd never met before. So I really had to push myself out of my comfort zone. So I think I trust myself more, which is huge, and I think will help me for the rest of my life. And then it's also just made me realize that you can never know someone just by looking at them. And that was really what I learned from the other people in my abroad program. They all are from like the East Coast, and I don't really have that many friends from the East Coast, and I'm I mean, I live in the Midwest, so we have kind of a different perspective on life. But meeting these people, I found some of my best friends, and they taught me that, like, they may look one way, but there is so much more to everyone. And being in Tanzania, that also showed me that people are kind if you let them be kind. And that has been a really big thing for me and will be, I think, for the rest of my life as well.